Hello YouTube, gerzo-mcc here, and today I'm showing off my Dragon Ball Z video game collection. Been meaning to do this video for a while, so I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna pan around the collection, and so anyone that just wants to see the games can see it without listening to me talk about them. So let's go. Okay, so now that you've seen all the games, I'm gonna talk about them, and I'll start off with the most interesting ones. And I was thinking maybe I'll leave these till the end, but then by that stage I won't be watching anymore. So here we go. This is Dragon Ball for the Super Cassette Vision console. The Super Cassette Vision's came out about the same time as the Atari, I think, in the 80s. I'm not sure when Atari came out, but Super Cassette Vision came out in 84. This game came out in 86. It's the first Dragon Ball game and the only Dragon Ball game not to have anything to do with Bandai Namco, I think. I'm not sure. But it's a shooter, so it is, which is a bit surprising for a Dragon Ball game. This is what the card looks like. So it's like a cute little thing. And it's writing up there. I don't know if you can read that. But yeah. Oh, and it comes with a little bit in the inside here, if I could get it out, that kind of shows you how to play and what everything does. Obviously you have to be fluent in Japanese to read it, but it's cool to have a Dragon Ball game, I think, because once Dragon Ball Z came out, no one was interested then in Dragon Ball and making games about that. So yeah, you have to go real back in time to get a Dragon Ball related game. Next game, Dragon Ball 2V. Budokai 2 in Japan, only it's a special kind of fan kind of, or V-Jump magazine reader exclusive type thing. You had to send away some competition thing to V-Jump, which is what Dragon Ball was featured in Japan. Only 2,000 of them were made, so it's pretty pricey on eBay, but you know, you can get it for cheap if you just wait and keep looking. And it comes with everything unlocked. Cooler is also in this game, and so is Freeza's son, Kuriza. He's a character in it, and yeah. So there's that. Now I'm gonna go to some of the games that I don't actually like. And by I don't like, I mean I don't like the particular way I have them. So we've got Dragon Ball Z 1, 2, and 3. So the reason I don't like these is because I don't have the boxes, and the reason I want the boxes is because I think the box art, you shouldn't buy a game just because you like the box art. That's my opinion. I think you could just buy a poster that has the box art, or you could print off a picture, for Christ's sake. But I like to have the whole thing complete. I'm going to get something because really they're not easy to display this way. I think in America games have, and also these are yellowed at the back, and that it's kind of gross, but in America they have writing up here or something, I think. I don't know, but yeah, it's hard to display them properly. It'd be easier if I could just stack them up on the boxes. So I bought them because they were going, I think God, I can't remember how much I got them for. That's whenever I just wanted to test them out, and I won an auction for them, and it was so cheap that I thought, you know, this is excellent. But I was also doing an auction for some converter thing that you put on top of your Super Nintendo, so that you can play American Nintendo games and Japanese Famicom games. But I ended up losing that auction because I thought, no, I'm paying that amount to get that converter thing, so I can't even play those games. Which I don't agree with either. I think if you buy a game, you should be willing to play it, and that's why at the minute I'm doing a series of Let's Plays on all my games, because I just thought it's a good way to get content from a channel while justifying buying all these games. So we'll move on to the PlayStation 1 here. Yep. So we got Dragon Ball Final Bout, and I think in America there's a cover that has Goku Super Saiyan 4 and it's called Dragon Ball GT Final Bout. and apparently that was very rare until it got like a rerun type thing. And that's just another thing that you should be worried about whenever you're paying a lot for a game, because at any time a HD collection could come out of it and it just devalues the game, so you don't want to pay too much. And then I've got Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22, and this is the first Dragon Ball Z game I ever played, and look at the back of it. It looks class. Yeah, this is the first one I played. I actually had a pirate copy, or a bootleg, some people call it. But I really liked it. I didn't get it again until a few years later, and I still actually really like it. I did Let's Play of it recently, and it's a bit repetitive, but it's fun to play with someone else. Yeah, first time I played this, I was wondering why everyone was talking in Japanese, because I had no idea that Dragon Ball was from Japan. I just thought it was a current cartoon that was on Cartoon Network. So yeah, there are 2 of 3 games that came out for the PS1 Dragon Ball Z style, and here is the last, well, not the last, the 3rd game that came out for the PS1. I have it for the Sega Saturn. I actually had to check what Sega that was there, because they're all just like Sega Saturn, Sega Genesis. Why not just call them 1, 2, and 3 like the PlayStation? But yeah, this is kind of the ancestor to Xenoverse and Battle of Z, and basically it's kind of a free-for-all type fight, or not free-for-all, team battles is what you would call it. I got the PAL version of this, which is quite hard to come by. Not that it's hard to come by, but it's quite expensive to get, and I was glad I got the PAL version, because I didn't want to have to get a Japanese Sega Saturn to play one game. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool game. The intro and stuff is pretty cool. I'm gonna open it up here. So that's what the disc looks like, and I think I love luminous colors on discs, but yeah, pretty cool game. So on to the PS2 era, and Budokai 1, first official Dragon Ball Z game I got that wasn't a copy. When I bought this, I actually thought that I was getting Budokai 2, because I've seen Budokai 2 advertised on TV. My birthday was around the time, so I was like, okay, I want this. I ended up getting Budokai 1, because it was just the first Dragon Ball Z game I seen, and I didn't dream that there was more than one of them. And as you can see here, it has Spopovich on the cover, and it has Vegeta from the Buu arc, Great Saiyaman's in the game, so that's fair enough, and it has Buu and Deborah and Babidi on the back. So that's some false advertising right there, because they were not in the game. This went up to the Cell Saga. Again, everyone was talking in Japanese, I didn't know why. Oh, the game's not even in it, because I was doing Let's Play this, still am actually. So the game's not in it. No. But yeah, it's a good game. Much better than Budokai 2 if you ask me. So without further ado, we're going to Budokai 2. And we have all the Super Saiyan Gokus and Vegeta or Vegito, or Vegeta-Rat, as I learned when I was reading the manga for the first time the other day. Yeah, this was better in terms of, okay, we've got Super Saiyans and stuff, but the story in this was terrible. And the amount of time it takes you to unlock moves for characters during the story. This is not a good game. I don't care what anyone says now. The best thing about this game is that Tiancha's in it, and that's the fusion between Tia and Yamcha. Well, I suppose there's some redeeming qualities, but for me, no. I don't like it. And if you're wondering why I have it, and why I did Let's Play of it, when I bought it, obviously I was a kid, so I didn't realise, and also I did the Let's Play thinking that I still liked it, but I really, Budokai 3, I remember the Christmas I got this, just seeing Goku in the front, looking like a badass. Had no idea who that guy was, or that guy, didn't know who Broly and Cooler were. I didn't even know that there was Dragon Ball Z movies by the time I got this game, and then I discovered YouTube a few years later and started seeing Legendary Super Saiyan, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then seen the Broly movie and the Cooler and all that stuff, and I was just like, this is insane. And then I was trying to work it out in my head. How does this timeline work? They didn't mention this in the Buu Saga or whatever. But yeah, it's cool. I want to get the collector's edition of this game, So if anyone wants to trade any games that I have for it, I wouldn't mind. I'll trade this for you. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Budokai Tenkaichi. This is whenever Dragon Ball Z games became like, I got this again for a birthday. See this series, this is like, until Xenoverse and Battle of Z, nothing was near it, in my opinion. I liked the free roam kind of style of these games. I also thought the amount of characters you get was insane. I think this was the first time I played as Chiaotzu. The first fight I did was between Chiaotzu and Zarbon. Yeah, and I remember because it was my birthday, it was a school day, and I ran downstairs, obviously got my presents, played this, fought with Chiaotzu before school against Zarbon on Kami's Lookout, because it was just 3 things that I hadn't had in Dragon Ball Z in so long, so yeah. Then, when I thought it couldn't get any better, Tenkaichi 2, absolutely brilliant game. Like the thing that makes this series, Tenkaichi series, better than the Budokai series in my opinion, is that they don't have a bad game. In my opinion, the games just got better as it went on. This is the one where I think this is the one that introduced 5-on-5 battles, team battles, which was just insanely awesome. For me, obviously, because I had no idea that there were games where you could do like 2 versus 2 at the same time. And then Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and I actually have the collector's edition of this that my sister got me, and the only bad thing that happened with this game was that I got it when I got my PS3, and my PS3 could not play PS2 games, so I had to play on my PS2 to play this. But this comes with an awesome poster. My sister got me this for Christmas, and it was like so nuts to like, well, I can't even describe how happy I was that Christmas I got this. Like, I appreciate every gift I get, but whenever something Dragon Ball Z related, because in Ireland it is so hard, like you don't ever really see it in shops, especially where I live. I don't live near a city or anything, so but yeah. So this came with an art book. I'm not going to try to take it out. It comes with an art book and a poster, and it was really cool. I started drawing because of this art book, because I thought, I'll just copy some of these pictures, and I drew one really good Vegeta picture and then retired because I thought nothing's ever going to beat that. So now on to some games that I got after. So this was the next game I got for PS2, and just all those PS2 games I got them in that order. But then this was the next one I got, Super Dragon Ball Z. And I assumed that this was a game that came after Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and because the characters in the Tenkaichi series just been increasing the amount of characters you got, I thought this was going to have even more, especially whenever I seen that Chi-Chi was on the back somewhere. Okay, I actually can't see her on the back, but I think I've seen her somewhere. She was on this game, and I thought, if this game's including adult Chi-Chi, it must have everyone, and it doesn't. It actually has really a low amount of characters, and the fighting's different. It's very hard to pull off a special move compared to Tenkaichi. So whenever I played this, I sat back down shortly after. I thought, my god, I've been ripped off, because this is not as good as the Tenkaichi series. And then, yeah, that was about it for the PS2 games then, for a while, because then obviously the PS3 came out. And after I played the demo of Raging Blast, and I just thought, why is it not having me be able to fly about wherever I want? I want to have the free roam thing. And so after that, I didn't get a Dragon Ball Z game then for another few years, but recently I picked up Dragon Ball Z Sagas, which I have not been able to play yet, because again, like the Super Nintendo games, I thought it was going to be winning an auction for an American PS2, which is really hard to get here. I thought someone would be selling them in England or something. I could just ship it over, but nope. So I really want to play this. Everyone says it's really bad, but I love crappy games like this where you do co-op and you run about. Because co-op games are really, that's what I prefer. I like to be playing with the person sitting next to me. And we're trying to beat enemies and stuff, and I really want to play this. Like, it's insane. I will trade anyone any game to get an American PS2. without having to pay the ass for it, because I just don't have the money to do that. And the last game that I got, Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. I didn't even know this game existed until a few years ago, because I think this came out while the PS3 was like, you know, doing quite, it's been out a while, so I was just wondering why they would release a PS2 game. The art on the box is pretty cool. The fact it has mini games and stuff is awesome. I don't think I played too much of this. I played one game the other day when I actually got it, and it felt a lot like Budokai 3.